Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Candace here from Swipes and Giggles, here to give you the 411 on online dating and a little bit more. And you know me, it's your girl Candy, and we are here for another insecure episode. This is episode 7. It's low-key something. Y'all know what it is. This episode, we are focusing on Molly after the big fight at Issa's block party 2 episodes ago. Last week's episode was all about Issa after the fight, and this episode is all about Molly after the fight. So if you could please like, comment, share your opinions and thoughts. Let me know if you agree or disagree on some of the things that I've been saying or going to say on this episode. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate it. I definitely have gained some subscribers from recapping this season, and I really do appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for all your input and thoughts and opinions on this insecure season so far. It seems like some of us have all have the same idea of what this season's going like and what it is. So before I can't talk anymore, before I lose more eyelashes off my face, let's get into it. Okay. I hope I'm focused enough for you guys. Like, I really hope I'm focused because I'm supposed to be. Anyways, so if you guys remember, we ended last week episode 6. We ended last week's episode with Issa going to a restaurant and seeing Molly in the restaurant and deciding, you know what? I don't need to be the bigger person. I don't need to be the one who apologizes. I don't need to be the one who reaches out first. She needs to do it this time. And Issa turned around and went on home. So now starting this episode, we see we see Molly started the episode where we ended the episode off last. So we actually do get Molly's angle of when Issa did come to the door. Now, this is the thing. If you guys remember in the last episode of my recaps, I said I would have liked to seen a side-by-side of Molly seeing Issa and Issa seeing Molly or whatever at the restaurant at the same time, but we didn't get that. And I think they gave it to us this episode. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. I know you heard me, even though you pre-produced this a long time ago, but you heard my thoughts and feelings on it, and I appreciate you for that. So this is the thing though. Molly seen Issa first. Okay. So Molly turned, saw Issa getting out of her car. All right. And decided like, oh, okay, I'm gonna act all cool and chill. So she went into texting her phone like this, like everything's okay. And when she heard the door, she thought it was Issa. But when she turned around, Issa had went back into her car to go home as we know it. And Molly got her food, went home to Andrew. And, you know, Andrew's like, are you okay? She's like, I saw Issa at the restaurant. And he goes, did she say anything to you? Did you talk to her? And she's like, no, because she's always being messy and she needs to apologize. It was her fault. And Andrew's like, okay, all right. Now, mind you, this is the first time Andrew did a little, okay, Molly. Andrew knows Molly was in the wrong. Andrew knows that. But Andrew's not going to say anything because it's not his business to say anything. So he respectfully is keeping his opinion about how Molly is treating and acting towards Issa to himself. Now, if Andrew was to say what he needed to say, it would be, Molly, I think you did blow it out of proportion. Had you came to me and asked me about it when Issa asked you, I would have had no problem to do it. And you know that. So I don't know why you're making it such a big deal. You're treating her like this, that, and the third, excuse me. And so I know Andrew thinks that Molly was doing too much because his reaction from the time she said something gave you the showcasing of like he doesn't approve how Molly's treating Issa. But any which way, they're getting ready to go to their trip to some part of Mexico that I cannot pronounce, nor do I remember at this moment in time. But then Molly gets a notification on her phone that she has to go in for a quick meeting before she catches the flight out to Mexico. So she goes into her office and she speaks to her assistant and she's like, you know, why didn't I get my email notification earlier? earlier that there was a meeting. Why did I get it last minute? And her assistant, you know, obviously simply says, I did get it earlier. There was just so much going on with the case, this and that and the third, that when I sent it to you, it was a little bit too late. I do apologize. Now, Molly just did a little bit too much on this part, but I do understand this is the corporate world. This is law. It's very cutthroat. There's no sensitivity or niceness around it. So I get that also, but I think this part was a little bit too much for me. When she said, she was like, well, because of your mistakes, I look stupid. And because of your stupid mistake, I look stupid. And you don't get paid. Guys, I'm messing it up. Basically, she said, because of your stupid mistake, I look stupid. And you don't get paid to make me look stupid. Now, if this girl was, I don't know, what is it called? A PA or something? They're not a PA. That's a physical assistant. What is it called when you're assistant in like lawyer terms? Whatever it's called, when you're underneath somebody who's like directly above you and like you're going to the court cases with them and everything. I know what it is. It's just on the tip of my tongue and my brain's not allowing me to say it. I could understand that. Like if it was like How to Get Away with Murder. Like it was like on some like Annalise Keating, okay, is Molly, and then like the Fab Five or whatever they call themselves was the assistant. I could understand her snapping on her like that. For the mere fact that that's not the case at all, she's literally just a paralegal. She's literally just a paralegal. There it goes. But she's literally just an assistant. She's just an assistant getting stuff together. You shouldn't be treating her like that. But I think she is literally a paralegal. But she doesn't work on any of the cases and stuff like that. She just functions through the paperwork. Y'all know what I'm saying. She was being mean to the girl for no reason. Like, it was no reason for all that. She almost misses the flight to go on the plane with Andrew or whatever like that. While she's on the plane with Andrew, she sees the iconic Tootie herself, Miss Kim Fields. And Kim was on day 3 of getting over her husband, I think of 25 years. And she was very upset about it. But nonetheless, Andrew and Molly spoke about what they brought on the trip with them to get things a little spicy in the bedroom. And, you know, they both didn't tell each other what they brought. But then, you know, Andrew said, let me start it off for you, went underneath that blanket and gave her a little Fab Five massage down there. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Sorry. Anyway, so they land and they meet Andrew's brother, Victor, and his wife. His wife's name was not that important for me to remember, therefore I'm not going to say it. Andrew then does warn Molly that Victor is a planner of vacations. I'm not a person who likes a planner of vacations. I like when we get there and then we kind of just see what the day's looking like and what we can do. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 planned excursions ahead of time is definitely a go. Like, that's necessary. But for the most part, if I'm going somewhere, especially because they said it was for a weekend, and as we can see, it literally was a weekend. If you're going to another country, or just vacation period, for a weekend, I really am not trying to plan nothing. I really just want to go there, relax, and just chill. Let my brain get a break from all the stress of work in my daily life, you know, like irregular people. But Victor's one of those scheduler people. So he says, we're going to do a pool walk. We're going to do this and do that. Molly and Andrew was like, we about to go to this room. And we about to... That's what they did. They was up there screwing. What are you doing? Screwing. That's exactly what they was up there doing. But Molly first shows what she brought for Andrew, right? And it's literally a lingerie set. That's it. Just a lingerie set. And he's like, oh, that's it? And she goes, well, what did you bring? He goes, maybe I went too far on the assignment. He brings out a bullet, then a bullet for the butt, then brings out something else. I think it was another toy too. He brings out like 3 different bullets. Okay, and if you don't know what a bullet is, it's literally a small vibrator. That's what it is. But homie said he brought 2 bullets and 1 bullet for the butt. Some butt stuff. I don't know what it is with everybody playing in somebody's butt, but, you know, do you, I guess. And then she was like, well, what do you want? What do you want me to do? And he's like, I want you to take charge. And she's like, well, let's just go bang it out on the balcony. And they banged it out on the balcony. The next day, they went on a 3-mile run up a hill to the sunset. And then they had to, what is that shit? Glide down, you know, zip line. They had to glide down. They had to zip line down to get to the bottom. They were really excited. Everything was cool, copacetic. All right, boom. They see Kim Field when they went to go jog. It was really nothing that big of a deal. So when they get back to the hotel that night, okay, Andrew sees that Nathan had FaceTimed him a bunch of times. So he FaceTimes Nathan. He's like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, I can't close the garage door correctly. Do you know where this is? Do you know where that is? Da, da, da. Then Issa is in the background saying like, oh my God, is that this? Or whatever. So Nathan's like, oh, I'm gonna call you back. Molly hears it and she goes, see, I knew that. I knew it. And Andrew's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, see, Molly always wants to get on my case. No, she's like, Issa wants to get on my case, but Issa's being messy. Issa's just messy. She's already back with Nathan after how he already showed her what his true colors are. She's already back with Nathan. Molly, you slept with a married man. Like, let's not forget this. Issa got with a guy. He had potential. He ghosted her. You slept with a married man. Don't compare where the competition you have already won, sweetheart. You slept with a married man, sis. You willingly slept with a married man, and then got mad and jealous that you were the side chick. Excuse me. So let's not talk about Issa getting back with a person who obviously they have started talking and started having conversations with each other again. And maybe they're feeling each other out. Maybe they're seeing where it possibly can go again. You don't know that because y'all haven't even talked. She hasn't even talked to you about Nathan, like at all. So for you to even she's back with him. Cause yes, Molly, every guy you talk to, you was in a relationship with. No, this is the first relationship you've had. But thanks though. You get in a relationship and you forget where you come from. And that's the type of people that I don't like. Let's just take a little moment here. Let me get closer to you. That's the type of people I do not like. The people who get into a relationship or they get that new job, they get that new car, they get that new place of residency, whatever the case may be, and they forget where they came from. Sweetie, you lived in a box before. You was driving a car that had a tire missing before. All right. You was working for $10 an hour for 3 years before. Do not let your little bouginess that you've gained and the little success that you got there too. Do not let that make you forget where you came from, sweetheart. And a lot of people do that. They forget where they came from, that they came from the slums. They came from nothing. And then when they finally get to where they want to, or they make it, quote unquote, now it's just like, ooh, you's a peasant. Says you was the peasant. And in this case, Molly was the peasant. Molly was with a man who claimed himself as bisexual. She was like, ew, gross. I mean, that's her preference, but the way she acted towards it was, whatever. She slept with a married man. Then she thought she was dating Jadena. Remember when Jadena was on the thing and he was like, oh, I'm her boyfriend? She goes, oh my God, you really my boyfriend? He's like, no, I just said it so it didn't seem like you were desperate out here just dating niggas. Hello. Then you was nitpicking over everything that happened with Andrew. And you was mad at your daddy for cheating on your mama when you wasn't even the one who got cheated on. Girl, don't ever forget where you come from. Ever. All right? So Andrew says, maybe they're just hanging out. Maybe they're just getting to know each other again. You don't know that. And she's like, psh. After what Nathan did to her, I wouldn't even talk to him. And he's like, well, Nathan was going through a lot when he did it. She goes, and what was he going through? He's like, some mental health issues, which I appreciate Insecure for highlighting that there are mental health issues in the Black community. A lot of Black people do not like to acknowledge that mental health issues exist or that they're there. They love to just be like, pray about it, baby. God gonna fix it for you right then and there. Yes, he will. But you have to have some type of work ethic to get those blessings rain down on you. You just can't go, God, heal me. And then that's it. You have to do better for yourself. I can't just be like, Jesus, help me lose this weight. And then the next day I'm out here eating a burger. That doesn't make any sense. If I want him to help me, I have to have him help me as much as I'm helping myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they brought up mental health. All right. And he's like, he went through a lot with Issa and all that other stuff. And Molly's like, oh my God, I didn't know. That's so crazy. And then they had sex again. Woo woo. We wouldn't know when that would have happened, right? And then they had sex, but Molly comes in with her little lace, blindfolds Andrew, and says, "You want me, but you gonna eat this ass first." And then she proceeded to get on him cowgirl reverse wise and have him eat her ass. What is up with y'all on asses? Why y'all want y'all asses to be ate and touched so much? Like, what is going on in the world? I've never heard of butt get ate so much since Kevin Gates said it. And Kevin Gates hasn't been talking about eating butt a lot because, you know, he was giving them whack pipe strokes a couple minutes ago in a video, but that's besides the point. What are y'all doing in each other's butts like that for? Relax. It's fecal matter back there. Anyways, next day, we are at the pool with Molly, Andrew, Victor, and his wife, okay? Victor's wife is giving me a little, try vibe. Like, I feel like she's just, like, weird, bro. Like, she is ogling and googling Molly's body, and even Molly's just like, do I have to worry about your sister? Like, in-law? Like, is she gonna touch me? Like, there's a difference between being complimentive and being like, oh my gosh, you look so good. Like, you look great. To just being like, you are a goddess. You are a bomb. You look delicious. You look good. I wish I had your body. Like, that's weird, bro. Like, relax. Calm down. Molly went to get a towel for Victor's wife because she got some, you know, pool water in her eye. And there was a white couple ahead of Molly in the towel line. Now, let's pause this. For those who have went to different resorts and or different countries on a resort and all this other stuff, they are pretty strict when they give out their towels, just because they can't be giving out towels like it's nothing, because they will come looking for your towel later on. Like, I've been on 2 cruises, and every time you needed a towel, you needed your key card, because if you took a towel from that cruise ship, they charge you that towel money. Okay, so they want to make sure that their towels are accounted for, so they keep a chip record of how many towels have you gotten. And so they will ask you for your key card. But for the white couple that was in front of Molly, when the woman gave them the towel, she didn't ask for a key card. When Molly went to go ask for a towel, the woman's like, I need your key card. And Molly's like, why do you need a key card? And she's like, well, I need it for the towel. She goes, it's okay, I'm staying here. I just need to go give my friend, whatever, a towel. The woman's like, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I need a key card. And she's like, that's crazy, because the couple in front of me didn't need a key card and they're white. Why do I need a key card? So the woman's like, I don't know what you're insinuating, but I just need a key card. So it turned into like a little back and forth. Victor saw it, showed her the key card, and then she grabbed the towel. She went back in the pool with Victor, and you know, Andrew's like, what's wrong, Molly? She's like, you know, just the same old bullshit. And so Victor intervened. Now, mind you, Victor could have just kept his mouth shut, didn't say anything about the incident, and just let it be. But he wanted to say something because Andrew says that's how Victor is. He's just always like a poignant boom, boom, boom. I need to be on top of this. Victor's like, well, it was just a misunderstanding. She said, no, it's not an understanding. The white couple in front of me didn't need a key card. She didn't ask for a key card. But when it came to me, I needed a key card. That just didn't make any sense. And then Andrew's like, well, not Andrew. Victor's like, well, maybe that's her job to ask for a key card and she didn't want to lose her job. Maybe you're just misinterpreting it. Molly's like, no, there was no misinterpretation there. I know what I seen and I know what happened. It was because of my race. And Victor's like, are you sure it was because of your race? And then Molly's like, well, you wouldn't understand. You don't get it. And then he goes, do you not think I don't deal with racial issues? Hello, I'm Asian. I deal with them all the time. But I just adjust how I react to them. So then Molly's like, that's not fair. You only do it to benefit you when you need to. And of course, Victor's wife is Asian and Andrew himself is Asian. I think they're Chinese. I'm not too sure. The way Andrew and his brother were speaking on the phone briefly, it sounded like, is it Mongolian? It sounded like I can't think of the name of the language, but it sounded like it was Chinese, but I'm not too sure. It definitely wasn't Korean, but I just don't know what it was, but whatever. So them being Asian, if you guys know, being Asian and being black are obviously 2 separate things. But when it comes to us being minorities, Asians are treated almost better than black people are compared to whites. If we, for example, real quick, the movie Get Out, we see and we know the plot of the movie of Get Out is that these white people take in black men because supposedly black men are the superior when it comes to body type, mental, how they are, all this other stuff, which is stupid because if you think that black people are such a high token, how we were traded off in slavery, you would thought you would have more respect for us. Obviously, no, because we're just mules and 3/5 of a person. Excuse me. But when we saw it, we saw that there were Asians who were bidding on the black men also. And that was getting correlation of, yes, Asians are a part of the minority, but unfortunately, white people look at Asians because of their tactics and the way that they are and the way that they build their money and blah, 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 and whatever the dumb reasons exists. They look at Asians almost equal to them, but not. It's like, you're almost, but you're really not. You're really not there. So they take their thought process and their ideas and put them on a higher account than what they do for black people. So when it comes to black people and Asians, yes, we are all minorities, but sometimes Asians are put on a higher pedestal by the white community than black people are. We're still on the lowest, where Asians can still sit at the table. We still got to go in the kitchen and eat. Basically, that's just what it is and how it is and how it's instructed. You can argue with me on it. If you would like, you can. I'm just telling you it is what it is. So they all basically get offended and Molly does the whole, well, you're different. Now, here's the thing. Victor then says it sounds like you're picking and choosing when you want race to matter. Because if you're saying Andrew's different because he is, that's like the white person saying, oh my gosh, black people are so rude and crazy. Tiffany, I'm so happy you're not like those black people. You know, you're a different black person. It's the same thing. Like, you're not like that. Like, they're like that, but you're not like that. We're all in the same boat, sis. Like, you know. So she gets mad. She's like, Andrew, get your brother, though. And then she walks off. They go to the room to go to sleep. They wake up the next day. Andrew comes in with like smoothies and he's like, you know, I talked to Victor. He apologized about the whole entire thing. And we're just going to do our own thing today. And my brother and sister-in-law are going to go shop in the town. Molly then takes a very sassy, beautiful strut on the beach in her nice bikini and her nice little kimono, whatever you want to call it, shawl, whatever. And she calls her therapist. Now, if you guys remember, Molly started seeing a therapist last season to cope with her way and just how she thinks and her thought process on a lot of different things, and specifically because she was messing with Dro. And I like that Molly said, you know, I'm having a hard time of letting things go. If you could just please give me a call back. Now, here's the instances of where she was having trouble letting things go. When she yelled at her assistant, it was one of those things of like, it is what it is. I got it last minute. She's having a hard time of letting go of the fact that Issa did nothing wrong. She wants to believe in her brain that Issa was wrong in the situation, but Molly knows she was wrong. So she's having a hard time letting it go. She's also having a hard time of letting it go of when Issa was still friends with Condola, when Issa was just bettering herself, when she was just chilling. She had a hard time of doing that too. She also shows an example of having a hard time of letting go when she, what is it called? When she was dealing with the, person handing out the towels to her with Victor. She couldn't let it go. She was nitpicking with it. And then she couldn't let go when she was talking about Issa and being how messy she was when she found out she was hanging out with Nathan. She's just having a hard time of letting go of things. And every single time one of those instances happened, I know she probably didn't hear it like how we heard in the beginning of last week's episode when Issa heard Molly's voice saying, you're this, you're selfish, you're boom, 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 boom. We didn't hear her saying from Issa, you have a hard time letting go of things, but we know that still is on her brain from 5 episodes ago when Issa had said it. You find an issue with almost every single little thing, you need to relax. So she calls her therapist. They get back from the airport and Molly bumps into Lawrence. Okay. Lawrence is coming from San Francisco, and when Molly and Andrew walk off, Lawrence is walking outside of the airport, and he makes a phone call, and he says, hey, I've been thinking about you. Do you want to get together and grab something to drink? And then we see that in the next episode, we don't see anything else about the next episode, but we see in the next episode that Issa and Lawrence go to meet up for a drink. And then she's like, you said that you had something to ask me about, or what it is. What's up? So I think the next episode, Lawrence is going to tell Issa how he feels about her, what he feels about her, and what he wants to do kind of going forward about that. And also, if you guys had noticed, Lawrence cut his hair. Okay? Lawrence was rocking a little high toppy situation, and now he cut his hair. So maybe that was his brand new way of life and thinking kind of cut. You know how some women, they cut off all their hair to just refresh themselves? Maybe that was his refresher, you know, after Condola, and realizing, I don't know if I can do without Issa. Because now Lawrence is looking like season 1 Lawrence. If you think about it, from season 1, after he found out Issa cheated and stuff, he was growing a high top the whole entire time, right? Now, I think he cut it a little low, or cut it low again when he got that new job, because he needed to cut it because, you know, you can't be coming in there with your hair growing how you want it. So after he got the new job, he let his hair grow. He was growing into his own person. And now he's thinking about Issa. He's reverting back to how Lawrence used to be. Cut that off. We're getting season 1 Lawrence, okay? So this is a pretty exciting episode. Also, if you guys didn't know, this episode was directed by Jay Ellis, aka Lawrence, and this was his first episode directing on Insecure. So big ups to Jay, and thanks for, you know, putting all your effort in after these 3 seasons, and you're getting to direct your first episode. So that's what's up. And it's a whole Molly episode. I loved how the episode ran. I liked how it flowed and everything. So you did a great job. Thank you guys so much for watching my recap. I truly do appreciate it. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can get notified of any videos that I post. Make sure that you like and comment down below any opinions, thoughts. Do you agree, not agree? Are you like, Candace, girl, relax, shut up, you're not making sense? Or like, yes, sis, I agree with you for real. Let me know. All right, guys.